Simmons Production.
Like, who do you know? We're not Chris Brown.
That's what I'm saying. So I know who you was messing with, some grown ass drug dealers.
Pretty much.
Some R. Kelly.
Too stuck on MTV and BET shit.
Right.
Shit. Yo, what's good with it? It's your boy Simmons.
It's your boy Dane.
It's Don't Shoot the Messenger podcast.
This is episode 4.
Episode 4. A lot of shit, man. It's a new year, new day, 2019. We pretty deep into it so far, but
I wouldn't say deep, but
it's not too deep. But
if the waters got deep quick, you could say that.
But I was saying more so like as far as like we pretty well into January, you know.
Okay.
I
was just saying this is the beginning of the year, but shit done got deep.
It's a whole lot
real
of
fast.
It's a whole lot of tea and Kool-Aid being poured, and nigga, I don't even know what to say about this shit.
I don't either. But before we get into all of the hoopla,
man,
2019, man. So how was your New Year's?
Mine was cool. I was just out here getting to the bag, and shit, my business staying out of trouble because you know the cops be hot. And a lot of them.
Speaking of that, so I went to San Diego for New Year's, right? I was turning up.
Yeah.
So I'm watching the news the first night I get out there, and they talk about their DUI checks are like one of the best in California. Shit. They catch it, they getting everybody. I thought they were lying until it was New Year's, and I was walking down the street, and I hit a corner. They had a whole entire, you know, like the coroner vans that they had.
Yeah.
They had that for the DUI checkpoint. A whole street.
They
don't play down there, man.
I seen a whole lot of cops like just different. I was like, man, they trying to make sure they trying to catch somebody slipping.
I was
like,
they trying to save lives because people get real messed up.
To be honest, they trying to save lives.
Yeah.
So it's just like, if you was out there slipping, like you doing too much,
they were gonna get you.
You was gonna get got.
They were gonna get you. But I turned up. I had a good time. If y'all follow me on Instagram, y'all know that I was suited and booted and enjoying life that night. I felt like a celebrity.
Man, I seen it. I was like, all right, my man looking nice and shit. All right, do your shit.
Yeah.
I was staying out of trouble, staying out the way, you know.
Yeah.
But yeah, new year, new goals to hit.
What's some of your goals? Break down some of your goals for the people.
For me, I'm gonna need y'all to hold me accountable.
I'm gonna do it.
I'm gonna need y'all to hold me accountable.
I'm gonna text them like, hey, put that down.
Look, I'm trying to get back on my fitness shit, like on the athletic level. Growing up, always being fit, athletic, playing basketball and football. Recent years, going to 31, about to be 32 in a few months. You start to, you know, like your metabolism ain't working as well as it used to.
It stops.
Your
it don't
joints,
slow down and stop, so your joints hurt.
Joints don't work as good as they used to. Like it don't. Your body just feel a little different compared to when you're 25 and you get to 30.
You wake up and you hurt.
Man, my back be lit. I be at the gym like, oh, I don't think I have that.
Yeah.
I was doing some shit with my son like a couple weeks ago. I'm more doing some cardio, like a hit workout, high intensity interval training.
Right.
Man, my lower back was on fire. I was like, look, son, you got to
get tight.
Hey, it get tight. I was like, son, I'm gonna need you to, I'm more looking at him like I was just, there you go, just on my back, down,
It ain't the same.
Hell no, ain't the same.
Ain't the same.
When you be in a high school, man, you better cherish your health. That's all I'm gonna say.
Hey, I'll put it to you like this: young athletes, man, because I still play basketball. Not on like a professional competitive level, but still on like a recreational, very competitive level. Y'all better take care of your body. You better ice your knees, ice your Achilles, all that, because I neglected all of that in my 20s. Mm-hmm. Now that I'm 31, be 32 in August, I have to ice, or even after a nap. I'm not talking about the next day. after you hoop, come home, take a shower, take a nap, I can't walk. My knees is messed up. My Achilles is sore. So take care of your body. I don't care if you're a professional athlete, amateur. Take care of your body because
go get stretched out. Go. Lately, I've been started last year. I started cupping, and I've been a major.
What's that like, man?
It helped because I was having super shoulder pain because I was always lifting heavy. I was like, I gotta chill on that.
Hey, this man right here. Let me explain something to him. I've been ducking and dodging him since 2016.
Yeah, that was a cool minute. Listen, we did one workout, arm session. I ain't seen that nigga since in the gym.
This man got me lifting the whole rack. Talking about you go grow into it. Super Saiyan at his finest. I'm not. The workouts is crazy. Like I work out a little bit, so I'm like, you got to be ready to go see this man. He do some off the wall come up. Man, his imagination is crazy.
I was messing with the homies and they put me up on some new stuff. And ever since that's how I've been lifting. Because my boy, shout out Dave, I was looking at him crazy. If you think I'm crazy, he trying to lift all the weights in the gym. I'm like, I'm not doing
that you messing with.
I'm like, bro, you trying to go Super Saiyan Blue? I'm still in base form. I can't do that right now. Yeah. But yeah, man, I'm just trying to get back on my health, like super, like just on point as far as being fit, eating better. Because as the black community, like we eat bad.
We do.
And I noticed there's a lot of change going on. The whole vegan lifestyle coming into play, and it almost seems trendy. But you know what? I take it. People trying to do better for them lives, for their lives. So I'm trying to elevate my game and just level up. Yeah. What's your resolutions?
My resolution probably a little bit deeper than yours, right? Shoot. So for years I've been battling with self-truth, right? Yeah. So I've been holding back my personality from a lot of people because I feel like I don't want to rub nobody wrong. I'm a Leo. So I'm going to tell you right now, Leos, we love the limelight. We like, we like attention. We like our egos, massage, all of that. But I saw that, in my life, I used to feel like it rubbed people the wrong way. But I always felt like I was holding myself back, right? So I said this year, 2019, is going to be the year of self-care. I'm going to do the things, whether people like it or not, that makes me feel good, right?
That's the best way to live.
I used to hold back on giving out advice. No, the things that I read, I'm going to share with people. I don't care if it makes you feel bad or anything, because some people don't like intellectual conversations.
You make someone comfortable.
You make someone comfortable. So I'm going to have that conversation. I'm going to go places. I'm going to see the world. I'm not going to live within my comfort zone. I'm going to step out of my comfort zone. So 2019 for me, it's going to be the year of self-care. I'm going to grow as a person, and hopefully everybody can see, through the progression of the podcast, the conversations and everything, the things that we read and all that, that I'm growing. So y'all hold me to my 15 minutes a day. I tell people 15 minutes a day, you read 15 minutes a day, you're 15 minutes smarter. So hold me to that, y'all. I need y'all to understand. Every day you should be like, hey, D, what you read today? I'm going to break it down to you. 15 minutes a day, 15 minutes smarter. 2019 self-care. And do something nice for yourself every single month. Whether it's take yourself out someplace or buy something nice for yourself. 2019. 12 months of doing something nice for yourself.
When you do that, because just to touch on that, when you treat yourself, because a lot of people sometimes, they always feel like their pockets is tapped. Yeah. And I get it. You got bills and all that stuff, kids, all that stuff. But when you treat yourself, it don't have to be like something grand. It don't have to be something.
It could be something $30, but it's something that you cherish.
And then, like when you treat yourself, it boosts your ego. It makes you feel good. You go about your day, your week better. Like it just puts you in good spirits. So treat yourself. Go to the sauna. Not the sauna, to the massage. Get you a massage.
Massage is A1.
All,
you to sleep.
All that stuff, man.
I recommend 30 minutes. An hour, you be lightheaded after that. But 30 minutes,
I gotta do the hour.
You gotta do the hour?
Because my body be tense. I gotta get the deep tissue.
That's because of the workouts you doing. Your body ain't ready for it.
I gotta get the whole hour. I'm gonna be mad. Yeah. But treat yourself. And New year, I don't want to say that new year, new me bullshit.
Nah, it's new year, same me.
It's just leveling up.
Leveling up.
That's just leveling up, growing as people,
But let's dive in.
Man, I don't think they're ready for all that shit.
You know what, man? I'm going to keep it 100. I'm not... Social media, this is the podcast is...
Don't shoot the messenger podcast.
Don't shoot the messenger. Bang, 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 bang. Normally I stay away from these topics, right?
Yeah.
But because we're doing the podcast and we're bringing truth to the community, or our version of truth, which you're allowed to, if you don't agree with us, come back and tell us.
Hit the comments. Let us know what you like and dislike.
And matter of fact, subscribe.
Subscribe,
if you like what you're hearing,
and share.
Subscribe, like, and share. All we're trying to do is start a conversation. We're not looking to be famous. We're not looking for none of that. But we're looking to spark a mind within the community. R. Kelly.
Man.
Look,
before we even start.
Okay.
Because I'm pretty sure y'all all seen, majority probably, most likely seen the surviving R. Kelly.
Yeah.
I had to wear the roses today for the survivors. Man, like. I had to wear the roses.
Right.
I had to wear the roses for the survivors. Like, real talk though, not just for the R. Kelly survivors, because there's a lot of women that go through abuse.
Yes.
And I want to acknowledge those women that go through that and come out still strong and even better, and they keep on elevating to new levels.
Let me piggyback on that. I want to just say to the women, we appreciate you. People don't say enough to you guys that you go through more things than what men go through.
Man,
you deal with so much more than what we deal with on an everyday basis. And this situation has truly sobered me to the point where I didn't sleep good. I want to say Tuesday night. Just going over the material in my head of what we were going to talk about for today, and it was crazy. I was asleep, in the middle of sleep, and my mind was running so much about this because I'm so uneasy about this topic that I remember a girl in high school that was very promiscuous. We had to been like sophomore year or something, like the freshman year, sophomore year. And everybody was like, "Oh, she with the business. She with the business." And we like, "Oh, okay, being the guy, we just like she with it."
Yeah.
But after seeing the R. Kelly, surviving R. Kelly, I realized that girl more than likely was molested. More than likely was raped at a young age. And we're just thinking that, as guys, because the male culture, the male chauvinistic culture, makes us be like, get with that girl. Be up on that girl. Oh, is she with it? Yeah, young man, you better get up on it. She with the business. But the truth of the matter is, that was a damaged young woman.
Damaged. At a young
age. At a young age. She was 13 years old, and she was sexually active.
You talking about the Asian chick?
You know what? I'm not. Maybe.
I'm not saying no names.
We're not saying no names. Yeah, but y'all went to Rialto High School.
Man,
y'all understand what I'm talking about. Yo. So, yeah.
It's thinking back on that hook, man, and it was so much that took in place. Both with the students that was there and faculty members. Yes. I'm just gonna leave it at that.
Yeah.
But being at that age, we didn't know. We didn't
know.
We were like, oh, she with it.
She with it.
And it's like looking back, especially me having a daughter.
Yeah.
Like, bro,
that's a damaged individual. So the women, I apologize.
I never touched it, just to put that out there.
I apologize. I looked at it because I was young and I was dumb. I was like, hey, she used to wear heels and stuff. But
she was out here. Man.
We
was calling her Miss Wu, like Woo.
She looked advanced beyond her age.
I ain't trying to be laughing, but
but she looked advanced beyond her age, and it's because we weren't taught no better. You understand what I'm saying? And so for me, it's a sobering thing, and like I said, so diving into it, right? I don't know why I gravitated to it, because I even told I text my man. And I said,
we've been talking about this all week, man.
No, even last week. Because remember, I told you, I said, we got to watch this.
Oh, no.
We've been
talking about, like, it's been heavy on us, like, for 2 weeks.
Yeah.
And, like you say, you was having trouble sleeping. Like, I already have insomnia.
Yeah.
So, for me, I was like, it was really bothering me, like, just being a father.
Yeah.
But this whole situation it opened a whole lot of doors. and a whole lot of answers, and there's a whole lot of discussion that needs to be had from based off of this, because from that it sprouted so many conversations, questions that people have been asking,
and it's been putting people's integrity into question.
Man,
I've had to unfollow numbers of people because they take, I don't know, maybe I'm oversensitive, maybe because there's women in my life, maybe because I got not a niece, but young cousins that are females, that are children, that I feel can be, you know, preyed upon or whatever. But it made me feel some type of way that these people who played with it, I had to unfollow them. And the sad part about it, it was women.
I've been the cold thing. The shit I've been seeing.
It's women.
I've seen my fair share from dudes,
men, but the
women, I was like, yo, I'm like,
yeah.
Where is the togetherness? Where is the sensitivity?
Yeah.
Because what this really deeply revealed to me, you hear about how women didn't really have their rights growing back in the day or whatever, but it really revealed to me how much women really aren't. They're not equal.
They're not. When
it comes to this male-driven world and looked down upon whatever. Don't get me wrong, we evolved since then. It's gotten better, but it's just the same situation as for black people. It's you can say that it got better, but it's it's almost how they try to make America great again. It's when has it been great?
When has it been great?
You know what I mean? So when I look at the situation with women, I'm they really have it fucked up because they have to just suck it up and just keep them going. They can't say nothing.
Right.
If they say something, they fear for their job. Right. They fear that they might be blackballed. Right. You know, and I'm looking as a father, I'm like, my daughter might have to deal with that.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
And that's why we gotta have this conversation.
It's for real.
It's a responsibility now that as a community that we have to have after this. So let's dive into it.
And it's not even based off race.
Right.
It's just what's right and wrong.
Race the people that's talking about race, we're gonna get to y'all in a minute. Because race has not, it's not this situation with R. Kelly is not a black or white situation.
It's what's right and wrong.
It's a right or wrong situation. It's a predator situation that we need to nip in the butt now. So the first night I'm tuned in, right? And they go through it, and I respect Lifetime because they didn't just bash R. Kelly.
Yeah.
They gave background to him and his greatness, just to say, because he's a very talented individual, but he has demons, deep demons. He was molested himself.
Yes, and that's where it starts at. Him being molested, and I come to find out it was by his older sister. So it's I guess it was a situation that was transpiring between the older sister and something about a next door neighbor. I got that information from somebody else, but I heard that it was a 6-year trend.
I think he said from 7 years old to 14.
Yeah,
that he was molested. That's what he said.
So it's
hurt people.
Pretty much. So it's from that. This is where the roller coaster and the downhill fall begins. Yeah. Because it's especially in the black community, and matter of fact, I don't even say just the black community because
every
people, period, they don't know how to come out and be vocal about
address these type of topics.
You know what I mean? Yeah. Especially as a black man, you don't know how to put that out there.
If you look at R. Kelly's younger brother, he said he told them that he had been molested, and they didn't believe him. I mean, this is a grown man still bawling tears as if it has just happened to him. So this, like I said, this is a conversation that needs to be had. So the issue that I have though with R. Kelly's upbringing, he was a victim. 100% he was a victim. Yeah. But he had a lot of enablers in his life. His music teacher said that she heard within the lyrics of his music that it was sexually aggressive. And at the age that he was, for his lyrics to be so sexually aggressive, that means that he had to have been molested. But she never called anybody out on it. She never looked into it. She never tried to get him help. So it gradually turned into, after he graduated from school, you know what I mean? He's years removed from graduating or dropping out and not being in school anymore. His class is done. Yeah. he's still up at school trying to pick up young girls.
Chilling up there at the high school. This is we're gonna get into this more later on because this is not foreign. Because this is something that needs to be addressed and needs to become a very important topic in all communities. It's not just a black thing. It's not a white thing. It's not a Hispanic, Asian. Like, this needs to be addressed, period. I mean, we're going to get to that. But going from that, R. Kelly growing up with all those traumatic experiences, he turns to then become a predator himself. So the most famous situation we know of is Aaliyah. And we all hear about the situation of him getting married to Aaliyah at 15. The manager forging the documents to allow the marriage to transpire. So it's just like, as you said, there's a whole lot of enablers that's not raising the flag.
Everybody on his team, in my opinion, needs to be held accountable.
Everybody need to go to jail.
Because
parents,
everybody needs to do some time. Everybody needs some counseling because they all have a level of issues. The truth of the matter is, when they said that R. Kelly would go to the mall, I think it was the Hispanic girl.
Yeah.
She said she met him at the mall, and he greeted her, spoke to her, and then walked away. And then later, his security team came back and was like, "Here's the number, meet us over here, blah, 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 whoopie whoop." Those men need to be held accountable too, because at that time, let me explain something. R. Kelly was 27 when Aaliyah was 15 and he tried to marry her, right? This was after Aaliyah. So the brother had to be in his 30s and the girl was 17. You understand what I'm saying? There's no way in hell I can have a homeboy and we're at the mall.
It's a problem.
And he sees a young girl, finds out she's 15, 16, 17, and says, "Hey, D, go over there and tell her I'm trying to get at her."
Looking at that nigga crazy.
It's going to be a bad conversation. That's a child.
And with that situation, as far as doubling back to Aaliyah, excuse me, I've been seeing a whole lot of excuses for R. Kelly. He was molested, blah, 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 blah. Like, he makes great music, blah, 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 blah. Okay, look. If you have to hide the situation, you know you're wrong.
Yes.
Like, you know you wrong if you feel that you have to hide the situation. And that's the main, factor of it. It's like, you can say whatever the fuck you want. But if you feel comfortable about something, you ain't about to hide shit.
No. Why would you hide?
And it's like, number one, let's stop the bullshitting. Let's stop the excuses and hold the man accountable. Because you can say that he was molested and all this, that, and the third. But at the end of the day, he knows right and wrong.
Yes.
Obviously, he felt something was wrong about that situation to feel like he had to hide the situation. Get his manager to forge documents, manipulate the situation so that the marriage can transpire. And then it's like, I don't want to go that far because I'm moving too fast. But going to the 17-year-old and the manager and everybody that was around in the situation, it's like you got a whole bunch of yes men that's scared to speak out because they fear for their job. And it's like, I get it, but at the same time, it's like, yo, you really got a serious problem. Yeah. And this needs to be addressed.
It's a moral issue.
Yeah.
It really is a moral issue. And so you got to understand, is money more important?
Exactly. I was about to say that, man.
Than right or wrong? You understand what I'm saying?
People want to keep that check, and it's like, granted, I don't know how much they was getting paid. Yeah. And it's like,
they obviously was getting paid enough and being taken care of enough that you are allowing a man to actually mess these women up.
That's what I was getting.
Young women. These are children. These are not even women. These are like young girls who are trying to learn how to become a woman. You know what I'm saying? So he was preying upon a mind that wasn't properly developed. A child's mind, I think, like a a child's mind doesn't fully develop until they're 21 years old.
Mm-hmm.
So you talk about grown men versus a child's mind. You can manipulate and use them any type of way that you can because they don't have the same type of experiences that you have. And so this man talked about he regrets forging the papers and this, that, and the third, and knowing what was going on between R. Kelly and Aaliyah. You are still held accountable for that. You are not. Just because you confess doesn't mean that you shouldn't be held accountable, bro. You were allowing a grown man, 27, 3 years removed from 30, to deal with a child that was 15 years old, a high school child.
Sex and everything.
Sex and everything because she became pregnant. And she had to I figured she had an abortion because the only reason why he was trying to marry her is because she got pregnant. You understand what I'm saying? And the parents was like, we're not having that because he forged those documents and, said that she was 18. But, Aaliyah, I asked a question to one of my friends. I said, what type of person would Aaliyah be today if she was alive? Would this situation have damaged her? Would she have been the woman that we have come to love through, her music and the things that the persona that she had? Or would she have gotten older and become an issue, just like these kids who get molested in the in Hollywood? Man. They go from being child stars and then they get older and become people with major problems. So I feel like, Aaliyah was served this justice. I hate that she's no longer here. I hate that, she was taken so early. But the truth of the matter is, R. Kelly has an issue. The way that he treated all of the women after that. The young girl said that she got mono. And then she had complications from the mono where she went paralyzed on one side of the body.
Sent the mom $1,000.
Right? And then made the song. Wrote the song. His brother said he wrote the song for Michael Jackson, You Are Not Alone, for that girl. So now the question is asked right here. People have been asking it all week. Can you separate the person from the artistry?
Hold on, before we get to that.
Right.
I know it's so much to get into with this shit because it hits home and it's real deep. Before we get to that, you have to double back in and you got to look at the situations where you can look at the whole situation, whatever, all the survivors. Now, I see a lot of people trying to say, well, they knew better, they're old enough, and they were being fast, and this, that, and the third. And it goes back to what you said. At the end of the day, number one, we know the age of consent. Number two, we know that he's older and he's smarter and he can manipulate the situation. They're still young girls. So it comes down to, like, you could say, like, okay, they know better. Yes. At the end of the day, it starts at the home.
Right.
The parents need to be involved with their child more hands-on. I can't even begin to fathom the thought of leaving my daughter in the hands of this older man.
Well, there was a disconnect and there was issues within the families. And I'm glad that you came back to this topic because I for sure it's so much detail to it that you can miss things. But I feel like the families have to be held accountable also for it because when the family, I believe it's the family from Atlanta or Florida, that daughter was flown up to Chicago. This is the one who went to the concert. R. Kelly pulled her to the back, gave him his number, told them that he think he could work with or whatever.
That's the Savage girl.
Yeah, no. This is the youngest one, the one that just graduated in 2016.
I think I know. I can't remember.
Her name starts with an A or something like that.
Yeah, I know what you're talking about.
And the issue I had with them moving forward was that when they saw that R. Kelly was moving wrong, where the mother didn't know where her daughter was, and then when the daughter finally contacted her, she said she's in the hotel room auditioning for R. Kelly, but this is after the fact. Why would you not have an issue with a professional person, R. Kelly, musician, whatever, meeting with an underage girl at a hotel? Not a recording studio.
After the
not
whole Aaliyah allegations.
After the Aaliyah
After all
allegations. A
that.
corporate office, this, that, and the third, at a hotel with a minor. You understand what I'm saying? After the whole Aaliyah situation, you go up there, you have an issue because your minor is in the room with auditioning for this man at the hotel room, right? Then even after that, you allow her to go to Chicago, but you send your oldest daughter with her, which is basically still a child too, to Chicago. Your oldest child feels uncomfortable. She gets threatened. She gets put out in the middle of nowhere in Chicago. She doesn't know where she is. She doesn't even tell you that she's been threatened. Her life has been threatened. Your life has been threatened for the sister. So there's disconnect within the families that we actually have to look at too, because you have to understand that that family bond is usually the thing that keeps your family strong. This right here was an open door because for some reason there was a disconnect, because even after your daughter, you found out that there was threats given to your daughter and this, that, and the third, you still allowed R. Kelly to say that he was assigning an adult to your daughter while he goes on tour because she needs to go on tour with him, because he feels like he needs to get this job done. So, to me, the benefit of using R. Kelly's fame to get your daughter on allowed you to allow these things to happen to the child.
Look.
Everybody is to blame. I'm sorry. Everybody
Like the parents, like from R. Kelly to the staff to the parents, everybody that's at fault. Sparkle, the backup dancer, his former wife. She said she wasn't too privy about certain information, but it's questionable.
Yeah.
Like when it comes down to being a parent, and you know that there was past allegations. You know, there was a sex tape. There's no way in the world I would let my daughter go with no grown-ass man. Number one, if my daughter ain't being with nobody that ain't family by herself.
Yes.
Number one. So she damn sure ain't about to be with no fucking grown-ass man that has some sexual assault allegations behind him.
Right.
And manipulating documents to get married to a 50. Like,
yeah.
Like, you serious? Like,
It's not
like, so it's like you said, it's like, how important is money? You know what I mean? Like, how important is money? How important is fame that you put your child?
Yeah. Knowing the background history of
like that, it's like, it's super baffling, and it's like, it's disgusting.
Yeah.
And it's like, because you know what I mean? Like, I always revert back to looking at it as a parent. It's like, what the fuck? Like, so it's like, it's confusing to me when I see people trying to make these excuses and all of this, like, to protect R. Kelly. His music is good, blah, 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 blah.
Listen.
And that's a topic we're going to get into as well.
Yeah.
But it's just like, it's so much shit. It's like, me personally, if you're going to listen to his music still, whatever.
I'm not listening to it.
Like, I'm not.
When they said that, his brother said that he wrote that Michael Jackson song directed towards the young woman who had the abortion. The whole "You Are Not Alone, I Am Here With You" song. It made me take a step back, because me and one of my cousins, we always used to laugh about R. Kelly's lyrics.
Yeah.
We used to be like, that's a wild boy, man. He say whatever come to mind, this, that, and the third. But we thought that he had an extreme imagination. You understand what I'm saying? Because men, when we sit around, we talk, we joke, we say some crazy things sometimes, right? But when I found out that his lyrics...
My mind is telling me no, but my body is telling me yeah.
He was telling, there's messages.
Age ain't nothing but a number. He wrote it.
You understand?
The Michael Jackson track, Chocolate Factory, Willy Wonka, drawing the kids to the
Piper.
The Piper. Like, how many? Like, people want to say these allegations happened 15 years ago. Blah 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 blah.
Can I touch on that?
Man,
listen. When y'all say everybody already knew these things, blah, 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 let me put this into context for you people. Aaliyah was 15 years old when she was allegedly married to R. Kelly, right?
Mm-hmm.
Aaliyah was born in 79.
Mm-hmm.
I was born in 1987. Mm-hmm. When Aaliyah was 15, I was 7 years old. So I could not have grasped the true totality of the situation and what was going on.
That part.
I couldn't have. We were children. No, we were 7 years old.
Wait. No. I'm thinking about the sex tape. I'm tripping.
The sex tape, we was in high school. We were like 10th grade when the sex tape came out. But when the situation was taking place with R. Kelly and Aaliyah, we were 7 years old.
How the fuck are we supposed to know? Like,
we not gonna know
that was grown folks' business. We didn't understand.
We didn't know that. All I remember is coming to visit my dad and my dad having the 12-play CD. You remember the big wall, the wooden wall with all the cassette slots or whatever? He had one of those. Yeah. And I was saying like, oh, let's play the R. Kelly. And he made a reference to being like, R. Kelly, I can't really get down with him how he did that. He doing that young girl. At 7, I don't know what that means.
Yeah.
At 31, I understand.
Yeah.
But at 7, I don't know what that means. So when this documentary comes out and it brings to the forefront all the things that went on, this information is new to us. Mm-hmm. This is brand new information.
We never got the information in detail. We heard bits and pieces.
And it wasn't clear.
Yeah, we didn't know exactly what transpired during those situations. So backtracking and hearing everything, like, yo. And the cool thing about it, because we're in 2019. Yeah. You could have been born in 2000. You'd be 19 right now. There's a lot of people that don't even know about what the fuck happened.
Exactly.
You know what I mean? So
I got a cousin that was born in 98. And I was talking to him about Marco McGuire and Sammy Sosa doing the home run race. And he was like, he didn't know what I was talking about. But I forgot that the home run race happened in 98, 99. So he was a baby. You understand what I'm saying? So the truth of the matter is, the context of what's going on is prevalent to my generation, the older end of the millennials. Mm-hmm. It's prevalent to us because we were 7 years old when these things happened. So we don't understand all of the details and everything that happened. So this documentary gave us a different picture, a very savage picture of what was going on. So to the people that are saying that, oh, we already knew what was going on, no, we didn't.
And even further, say that like people did know, and this documentary come out, like, does it make it right? And like explain to me, does that make it right? I can't comprehend, like. What the fuck does that even mean? Like,
I know we have a set program, right? Mm-hmm. But I want to address these people right now.
Hey, do your thing.
The people playing with this, saying like it ain't a big deal, that pedophilia ain't a big deal. There's something wrong with you. I feel like predators protect predators.
Hey.
You understand what I'm saying? I feel like you got skeletons in your closet that you done mess around with a child, or you know somebody who done mess around with a child, and you're living in denial.
Wow.
The truth of the matter is, there's no excuse for this behavior. The women who went to that concert or the club where R. Kelly was and was chanting, take me hostage, take me hostage. You are sick individuals yourself. Because these women were damaged. These are damaged women who were used and abused. These families, even though they were trying to be famous, they were used and abused by R. Kelly's power. So
whatever
for you
the circumstance, man.
Whatever the circumstance is, there was abuse of the mind. It goes into the whole entire thing. And the whole time I was listening to watching, I kept saying, this reminds me of some pimp type shit.
It's the pimp. I told, like, back when the situation first came out as far as holding some chicks hostage or whatever, I was like, people were saying, like, yo, like, this predator, blah, blah, blah. They were saying, I'm like, this sound like pimp culture to me.
Yeah.
Like, I'm like, this sound like straight up pimp culture. I don't know if y'all really familiar as far as the viewers that's out there. Well, pimp culture, it's all about manipulating the mind, being witty with the words, selling a dream, stringing a chick along,
getting what you can out of them.
Get what you can, and it's like you making them at the same time. You're making them feel like they're worthless. Only you want them. Yeah. They're only worth something to you. The world don't want them.
Pimping 101. Whenever you hear a man tell a woman when another man comes around to fix her eyes to the curb,
look down.
That means look down. Do not make eye contact with another man. R. Kelly told his woman when another man was coming into the room to look at the ground or look at the wall, they had to turn and face the wall. He wants to be the sole person that is in contact with you. The only man that you see, which we all know is impossible because there's men and women that are living throughout this world. You have to see them. So I understand that this is the pimp culture. He is using a pimp technique to manipulate and to drag these women's mind. But you have to understand, he's doing it with children. He is not doing it with women in their 30s and 40s around his age.
But a peep game, though.
Right.
If you know anything about the pimp culture, a lot of these girls that fall into prostitution, it starts young.
I did research.
Broken homes.
I did research on it, right? I said, what was the age that most women get into prostitution? Right? They said when the research that they did, out of the 44% of the women that they talked to, said that they started prostituting themselves between the ages of 17 and lower. The higher average was the age of 19. Understand the key word in that is teen. Mm-hmm. These are still children whose minds are developing, who have been turned out. And just to go deeper, when I was 15, when we were 15, ain't no 15-year-old running around paying no prostitute. So pay attention to what I'm saying. These are grown men
read the lines,
messing with children. So the pedophile mentality, the pedophile culture, it's something that is bubbling underneath the surface because we're not at 15, 16 paying for no sex.
How are we going to pay with our allowance?
Nigga, listen, I didn't have an allowance. I was eating out of the free lunch line.
You know what I mean? Niggas wasn't getting allowance, but I'm just saying, so we paying for
how?
And a lot of times, going back to that time, a lot of dudes was fronting that they was really getting this. They wasn't really getting their shit as far as having sex and shit. But as you were saying, the deeper conversation, it stems back deeper than the pimp culture. Yeah. Because it's you could think about the drug culture in the 90s, picking up young girls from these high schools. Yeah. We ain't driving with you seeing girls leaving up in you know what I mean, leaving in whips and shit.
If we gonna talk about it, we gonna talk about it. I remember being in high school and football practice. I believe it was my senior year. Football practice was a cute girl. She was either a freshman or she was a sophomore. She was very pretty. And I was everybody man, she bad. She was one of the new trainers or something, or trying to become a trainer. Her boyfriend was somebody that graduated from the high school 2 years before. Let's do the math. Most people are either 17 or 18 when they graduate from high school, right? So add 2 years still onto that. He's either 19 or he's 20. If my math is correct, he's 19 or he's 20. This girl was either a freshman or a sophomore, so she was between the ages of 13 and 15. And he was outside hugging her from behind at our football practice, booed up with her.
Yeah, look.
This is something that's been happening. I was turned down in high school by pleading females talking about they need a man that drives a Mercedes Benz. I'm 16. Look, I'm on the bus.
Who the fuck is driving Mercedes Benzes in high school at 16?
No, and the cats that I knew that was selling drugs wasn't selling drugs like that. To get no Benz.
It was the cats that was pulling up, it was the drug dealers. As far as the 90s go. Yeah. And if we're gonna put this in proper perspective, back then, this was the norm. Even further back, war vets was coming home to young girls, whatever, 12, 13, 14, and getting married and stuff. That was the norm back then. So as we evolved and moved forward in time, they're trying to keep the same habits. And as the laws change, the consent, and it's crazy. My boy was sending me some shit about the consent of the age of having sex and shit, and the numbers was looking wild. The numbers was looking wild. I gotta pull these numbers up, but this was the norm back then. So it's as we move forward and the laws change and society evolves, it's some of it lingers on. And that's the problem. The conversation isn't being had. The right conversation is like, we know. A lot of times, we know. But it's taboo to talk about it.
Right.
You know what I mean? So it's just like, what the fuck is we really doing here? Sorry about that technical difficulties right there. But that's all I was saying. Like, it's something that's been happening in the neighborhood for a long time. When you look at back in the day, as far as the soldiers and not even just soldiers, just everyday regular people, and then you evolve to the 80s, 90s, and so on and so forth. But the conversation wasn't really had. So this behavior is still there. So if we don't talk about it, it's not going to change. So like now today, you fast forward and you see Catholic priests and all these other type of sexual predators that's out there, and we wondering why, because nobody's talking about it. And that's why this conversation is so important.
Or they're taking it lightly.
And that part. They're taking it lightly because it's not happening to them or their own. Yeah. It's all good until it's your turn.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Like, and it's just crazy to me when women make light of the situation, take me hostage, R. Kelly, and all sorts of like shit like that. And it's like, what happened? Like, what if that was you? What if that was your daughter? And people like this, and this is directly to the people that's saying like they're still gonna support the music or whatever. Okay, or granted, you still want to listen to the music. Okay, cool. He makes great music. Nobody's saying that he doesn't. He made some amazing music. Okay, but when you announce it, you kind of denounce the situation that happened with these women. It's like, oh, I'm still listening to his music. And you basically, I'm listening to his music still, fuck what they went through.
You're being very insensitive.
Yeah, fuck what they went through. I'm still going to listen. I'm like...
How would you feel if you had a family member that ran off with somebody and you haven't been able to contact them for 3 years? Your loved one, somebody that you love, and you're dealing with an individual that is on record now for being a sexual predator, for abusing these women if they don't call him daddy. You understand what I'm saying? Having to knock and stomp on the floor to be able to get permission to eat.
Cannot eat. Like,
you understand what I'm saying? And you're out there crazy. Playing with it.
That
Being
crazy.
a pedophile, let me explain something. A pedophile, pedophiles is anyone who messes with a child underneath the age of consent. So for you to say R. Kelly's pedophilia is okay, you're okaying another pedophile who is humping on a 2-year-old. It's the same thing. It's a sick individual who has an appetite for children. And you're saying that his music doesn't affect you when we find out that his music, his artistry,
his very music
is a depiction of his life.
Talk about it. Talk about it.
So how can you not feel a certain way listening to the music?
So you can't separate the artist from the music. I'm like,
I can.
I
can.
I don't understand. Like, it's hard for me to understand that, and maybe it's just not applicable to who I am as a person. Mm-hmm. But when it comes to a situation where his very music is based off these experiences, you have to question that. Like,
and let me go a little bit deeper, right? Mm-hmm. Maybe you guys haven't thought of it or even looked at it like this, and maybe some of you have and you just don't care. If you say you don't support R. Kelly, but his music is classic and timeless, mm-hmm. do you understand that when you listen to the music, those streams equal dollars mm-hmm. for this individual? Mm-hmm. So you're funding his operation mm-hmm. because you're supporting the mm-hmm. music, which in essence turns into dollars for him.
It was really troubling for me to really, like I said, I'm a father of a 9 going on 10-year-old daughter and a 12-year-old son. So I have to really have this serious conversation with both of them as far as my son, how to deal with women, he ain't a woman yet, I mean a grown man yet, but it's just certain situations to prevent himself to fall into as the time comes, as you get older or whatever. Yeah. So we're saying woman this, but it's like this starts with this. You gotta have the conversation with the young boys too.
Yeah.
We have to speak to the boys too. It's like, yo, you can't be forcing yourself on. I seen the story the other day. I think I actually seen today. I don't know, but it was a 10 or 11. She was 11. I think it was somewhere on the East Coast. These boys was messing with her, and it was basically mad because they didn't want to do no sexual acts with her, and they was harassing her, hit her upside the head 2 times, throwing water on her, and the young girl didn't even say nothing. What happened was that somebody, I guess her supposed friend that was walking with her, which was another boy, whatever, I don't know what it was, but he was filming on Snapchat. Somebody seen it and told her mom. So these type of situations, as we were saying earlier, like women don't get proper treatment as far as equality. They treat it as less than, and it's like when they speak up, they're afraid because they don't know if somebody's going to believe in them.
Yes, sure.
And it's just like now it's like they're being silenced, and it's like when you ridicule these young ladies or whoever that's coming out, and saying that this happened back then, or they're lying, blah, blah, blah. It's like, okay, how much fucking proof do you need? Number one. Number two, there is fucking footage out there. And number three, there's documentation when this nigga try to forge some shit.
Yeah.
So when these young ladies come out and saying this, that, and the third happened, and you writing it off, it makes it hard for them to speak up. And not just the R. Kelly situation. This is just victims, period.
Yeah, you're falling into the rape culture.
And that's what it is, the rape culture.
You're falling into the rape culture. The rape culture is always hush, hush, this didn't really happen, hush, hush. You know, you're exaggerating, hush, hush. You shouldn't have wore that skirt that little, or you would have been asking for it. All of that nonsense.
All of that.
When you discredit these girls, or you discredit the women in general who go through these things by supporting someone who has been on record. He came out with a song last year, a 19-minute song. I admit. He says, "I admit I love older women and younger women." He was like, but because of that, they're using this word called pedophile. Like he admitted to having issues. He admitted to being sexually explicit to the point where I can't put these ideas in the song because radio won't give it no play. He admit that he was a sexual deviant.
That goes on the same level as that book when OJ
What if I
did it? Look, there's a deeper underlying conversation with this. When you look at the situation from OJ, to Bill Cosby, to R. Kelly.
Yeah.
With the OJ situation, you're looking at the evidence, shit's looking kind of sketch.
Yeah.
But black people still, because like we feel like we've been oppressed all these years or whatever. Well, we have. Not feel like. We've been oppressed. And we want to so badly rise above and stick it to the man. We deny that he did it.
I'll put it to you like this.
Hold on, because I already know what you're about to say.
Yeah.
Bill Cosby, the whole situation, all these allegations came out. That one is questionable, but it's just like as people's coming forward and speaking their truth, or whatever the case may be, like people still just like, nah, he blah 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 blah. They create these images of these people, this idea of these people that they couldn't.
No, they love the art.
They
love the art. The art is not the person.
And not even that, like, they just have this, like, Bill Cosby, a clean-cut man, the father, like, they have this idea about him. They create this imagination.
The character he played on TV. You understand what I'm saying? The character he played on TV. R. Kelly, I Believe I Can Fly.
Man.
These things are a part of our culture, black culture. I Believe I Can Fly, we don't want to let that go.
We don't want to let it go.
You texted me, what was it, last night?
Mm-hmm.
And you asked me what I thought about the people who were, dismissing it or trying to bring up the black-white card.
Because this is what I said.
Go ahead.
Because I asked him specifically, I'm like, when you think about OJ, Bill Cosby, and R. Kelly, what comes to mind? And this is what he said. And when he said this shit, I'm like, yo, like it blew my mind. Like my mind literally exploded.
Yeah. Some people may feel it, some people may not feel it. I feel like our denial of our denial or our support of these individuals, saying that media is trying to take them down. It's a black man trying to be taken down. Mm-hmm. Subconsciously, we don't want white people to feel that they're correct about certain stereotypes that they say about us.
Even if it is correct.
Even if it's correct.
Like with this circumstances, as far as the OJ, Bill Cosby, and R. Kelly, it's like, even though we know what it is, we don't want them to feel right, even if we have to lie about it to ourselves.
But you know what that means, right? So if I don't want white people to be correct about stereotype or some type of negative view that they have about another black man or black woman, right? But this black man or this black woman is guilty. Mm-hmm. But we don't acknowledge it, and we say, y'all back up off of it, this is one of ours, this, that, and the third. This pedophile, this sex offender, this sickness is still in the community. It's still living next door to you. Your daughter is still a victim to R. Kelly. Your woman could be given a roofie. Because these people have not been held accountable for their actions. They're wrong. If you're wrong, you're wrong.
And it taps in, because I was talking to one of my homegirls. I've been talking to a whole lot of people about this. My homegirl, and she made a good point. She said something about this tap into the whole no snitching culture too. Yeah. Like nobody want to speak up. Yeah. They're gonna just let it slide and be what it is. But it's just like a lot of these shit that we live by.
That hurts the community.
Yeah, a lot of these things we live by, it gotta go. Yeah. Like it really gotta go, because it's not serving us and it's not serving the humanity. Yeah. It was something. What was I about to touch on? Because when you told me that, that text about black people, they rather they don't want white people to feel that's what it is, whatever, even if we have to lie. I was talking to my homeboy last night. He's a little older than me. Shout out my boy Ronnie. He said something that just made me just like, because when you said that, it hit me in a certain place. I was like, yo. Yeah. And then when we came to this conversation, because his birthday just passed, I was like, I'm gonna pull up on you with a bottle. We're gonna chop it up. Yeah. And so we was chopping it up and just going through everything. And he was putting me up on some stuff that happened as far as the whole R. Kelly situation that I didn't even know about. I'm not going to even get into all that. Mm-hmm. But we left at this point where it was like, there's so much that's transpired in America itself. Mm-hmm. Like black people, we feel like we have to be right. White people kept us down, whatever, like things to oppress us. Women being oppressed, all sorts of things that happen. And he's just like, it makes me think, is America a disease? I was like,
I believe so. And the reason why I would have to agree that America is a disease.
Hold on. Let that breathe for a second. Right. Is America a disease?
I'm going to say yes. And this is why I'm going to say yes. We live in a capitalistic society. Mm-hmm. Right? Whenever money is involved, people's morals come into question. Mm-hmm. Think about the R. Kelly situation. Mm-hmm. R. Kelly wasn't doing all of this on his own.
Hell no.
He was paying people to stick around him. He was paying people to do certain things. You understand what I'm saying? Mm-hmm. That's where the yes man comes about in different industries. Whether it's the government, whether it's Hollywood, whether it's the rap culture. Yes men are only yes men because there's a benefit from you.
They benefit off the situation.
You understand?
And they don't want to fuck up that check. So there's a lot of enablers that's around them. Like I said,
the moral compass.
The whole team needs to go down. Yeah. The parents needs to go down. And R. Kelly needs to go down. But even going further, I was having this conversation as far as America being a disease. Yeah. And somebody said on my Facebook, shout out to Darrell J. Vaughn. He said, I say it's pretending to be the cure while putting everyone's mind at a dis-ease. Not disease, dis-ease. I was like, yo. Between what you said, what my boy saying America being a disease, and him saying, I was like, yo, like, we cracking open like...
We're tapping into something that's crazy.
Because it's deeper than R. Kelly.
It's way deeper than
R. Kelly. You
gotta understand, R. Kelly is one person. Mm-hmm. this situation did not just start with R. Kelly. These things has been going on forever. It's been on the hush hush forever. And if you want to get deeper, we still got kids.
Politicians.
Think about it. We got kids still missing that got picked up at the border. How did you lose a plane full of children?
Talk about it.
Did they found them? Did you hear anything about them finding them?
I heard shit.
Somebody know where them kids are.
They know good well. And the thing is, like, not to even just limit it off to America, because there's a sickness around the whole world.
The whole world.
Like,
but it's money. Money is the issue. Money is the issue.
Money ain't the root of evil. The love of money.
The love of money is. So the truth of the matter is, there's so many corrupt governments, so many corrupt situations around the world that is revolving around the dollar bill. That the moral compass is thrown off.
Yeah.
For the same reason, listen, people want to be happy and feel a feeling of euphoria so much that R. Kelly's music might have done that for them. So they can't let go of it. Step in the Name of Love, girl, when that come on, that's my jam. I can't let go of it. As if R. Kelly is the only artist that can ever make music that make you feel that way.
That reminds me of what D.L. Hughley said. Black people are hurting so much to feel good.
It's the
said something along that line, but
they're hurting so much. We're fiending.
Because we've been through so much. Yeah. Like if we're gonna be 100, black people have been through a lot. Yeah. So it's like we try to hold on to those things that make us feel good. And it's like, you have to think deeper than the surface level. And it makes you, like, for me, I'm like, if people are willing to trade kids and money for all this craziness and then still continue to support, it tells me that music is a powerful tool.
You gotta understand.
To get some shit out of some people.
You gotta understand, man. It's extremely powerful because everything around us is a vibration, right? If you take like a microscope or whatever, you look at like a tree at its core of its molecular makeup, it's vibrating, it's moving. Music is vibration. It's a mood. It's a
vibration and melody.
You understand what I'm saying?
It's hypnotic.
So some people need that. You understand what I'm saying, to get through their day. I know I'm one of those people that I use music can help set a tone for my mood. So the truth of the matter is, yes, people fiend for those things, but at the same time, you need to be able to pull yourself back and look at the situation. Like I've already said earlier in the episode, for me to support R. Kelly, it's music, and say I don't support him, I'm still supporting him. Financially.
Like it's the same individual. Period. Like there's no separating the two. So it's just like, just looking at the situation, just like how divisive, like the conversation I've been seeing this past couple of weeks, it makes me just look like, damn, like, in particular, I'm like, when can black people get on the same grounds? Like, we always, it's this or that. Like, everybody want to feel right. Like, you can look at the situation with Travis Scott. Like, he's going to perform at the Super Bowl, and there's people looking at him, it's like, yo, like,
get your money.
Yeah, it's people that's looking at him like, yo, get your money, like, do what you got to do for your family, blah, 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 blah.
And then there's people like us who are saying there is a true cause going on. I tell people all the time, whenever a black man stands up for something, something will be taken from him. When Colin Kaepernick first took the knee, I said they're going to take something from him. They look at history. Martin Luther King, his life was taken. Malcolm X, they knew that they could prevent Malcolm X from being killed. But they let him be killed because it was a black man standing up for something. Right? So we get this man, Colin Kaepernick, who stands up, gets his career taken from him, but he's doing tremendous things in the community by being this figure that takes a stand. You're always going to find one, maybe two. The issue that I'm having is the two people that are from the hip-hop community that are doing this are all coming from the same Kardashian household.
Man.
Pay attention.
We don't even want to get to Kanye.
We're not going to talk too much about Kanye on this one. We're going to talk about Travis Scott. I have no problem with interracial relationships, right? But what I will tell you is this. As a black man, you are still held accountable for your blackness. Mm-hmm. You don't go into that relationship.
You can't run from your blackness.
You can't run from your blackness.
If you go to a racist KKK member,
you're black.
You know.
So you need to understand that if you're going to get into that relationship with a woman who is outside your ethnicity, I will never say outside of your race, because there is only one race, and that is the human race, and there's ethnicities within that. Mm-hmm. But if you're going to date outside of your ethnicity, you need to still be able to be with somebody who can empathize with you and somewhat relate to what you go through. Mm-hmm. So for Travis Scott to go to the Super Bowl and perform, knowing that the culture is saying that we need change, we need reform, we need these different things, it speaks to him as a man. And when those videos came out about him talking about Mike Brown deserved this and Mike Brown deserved that, this is a brother who is out of touch, this is a brother who is uneducated, and this is a brother who does not understand the power of his actions within the world. Because white people look at us as a whole. Mm-hmm. What this man does, I'll be judged for. What you say, you'll be judged for. Mm-hmm. So when Travis Scott goes out there and he performs, knowing that the consensus in the black community is that we are one, that we need change within the NFL, change within police brutality, change within how minorities are being treated. Mm-hmm. Not just black, but brown minorities is being treated. And then you come out and you still perform, it shows them that you are only a brother that, as long as we give them enough money,
I was about to say
we can hush them. It's dangerous.
At some point, it got to stop being about the money. Yeah. Because within the culture, it's always talking about get the bag, get your money, get this. Like, it's all about the come up. Mm-hmm. And I get it, but as you get older, and maybe he's disconnected from people that's having this type of conversation, you have to think that, you have to think above that. Don't get me wrong, like, I'm never against a man doing what he feels is best for his family mm-hmm. and his circumstances. Mm-hmm. I get it. But at some point, you gotta understand that, like, okay, I'm good over here. Yeah. My girlfriend, my wife, fiance, whatever, she's good too. Yeah. Like, it wouldn't hurt me. Yeah. To like, no, I'm good. Yeah. And stand for something, and you know, like really elevate the situation that's going to benefit your people.
He's not the only one.
Oh, he's far from it.
And the reason why I say he's not the only one is because when I was reading a Facebook post about this, when people were going back and forth saying that they didn't respect, a brother said that he didn't respect Travis Scott for the move that he made. I seen another brother say that, you know, for him and his daughter, that's all that matters. So if somebody gave him $1 million, he would take it. He said if Donald Trump called him today and was like, you know, I'll give you $1 million to shoot some jump shots, he said he would go shoot jump shots for Donald Trump.
Look, this before you even finish with that, I'm going to need that man, whoever said this, go play Russian roulette with a full clip. Like, do that for me.
You're not. I put a post up on Facebook and I said any brother who will put money before his people in these type of instances, I'm not talking about putting money up for your family and it's nothing that conflicts with what's going on with the agenda of the black community in essence of getting equality or police brutality or something that's negative that we're trying to overcome. Mm-hmm. I would never knock a brother for that. Mm-hmm. But when you're going to go against the grain just because you're like, he's offering me this money, you are not my brother.
Hell no.
You are actually an enemy.
I'll provide a gun and a clip for you.
Of the agenda.
Just do us a favor, because like, not only you're a detriment to the black community, you're just a detriment to the society. Period. Yeah. Because you will off somebody just for the right price.
Yes.
Period.
You can't be trusted.
Yeah, you just can't be trusted.
There's a saying: what you do with a little, you'll do with a lot. So in essence, if we're just having a conversation about staying true to your people, and you're saying forget your people, I know when shit hits the fan, I can't trust you.
And I'm good on that. But it's like I said, I can't knock a man for doing what he feels in his heart
is right.
Good for him and his family.
But you know what right and wrong.
We know what Kylie Jenner net worth is.
Yeah.
She good. I'm like, if that's your woman, you good.
You good.
And on top of that, you have a successful career.
Yes.
So you good.
Yes.
So it's like you're not hurting for money.
And you're coming off of a tour.
Yeah.
That people were saying was stupid. It was amazing how you set it up, the astral world and all of this stuff. But it's greed.
That's what it is.
It's
like, look, man, like, we not here to downplay nobody. Like, I want Travis to flourish. I want all young black men to flourish. Yes. But I want them to be mindful of what's going on around them with their family, with their people. Don't lose sight of what's going on and thinking just me.
Be
like that me
and mindful. You understand what I'm saying? Be mindful and mindful. Educate yourself so you understand what the decisions that you make bring to other people. Mm-hmm. Because I keep trying to tell everybody, we are judged as a whole, not as individuals. So my actions are a reflection of you, whether we like it or not.
Man, I don't know. Is there any more we need to touch on? Because it's so much to go with this shit.
We could talk for days.
We could talk forever. Don't know how long we've been recording. I was checking my phone to see if we missed it. We hit the key points. Yeah. But look, man, like, in closing off, at some point, it can't be just about you. This is not a black and white situation. This is a humanity situation. Yeah. Like, we understand R. Kelly made great music. Okay, cool. But do those young ladies and potential ladies that might fall victim, are their lives worth it? Yeah. You know what I mean? We have to think for the bigger cause, what's right. Look at the underlying situation of the culture that's been transitioning throughout the years and generation.
Time that change.
That dating these young girls is cool. Then it's like as a transition, the age level goes up. Yeah. The conversation needs to be had. Yeah. Have the conversations with your kids about if they're touched by somebody, what to do. That's with your girls, with your boys. Have a conversation with them. Don't be touching on people, forcing themselves on anybody. Yeah. Have the conversation. It all starts in the home. That's why we said, like, the parents are partly responsible for the situation, because the conversation wasn't happening, and they were just, it was okay, like, putting them in certain circumstances, which should have just been hell no. Yeah. So we need to have the conversation with kids, because at the end of the day, if you don't talk to your kids, the world will.
It's forever talking, forever whispering, but the problem is it's always talking and pointing them in the wrong direction. Mm-hmm. So the truth of the matter is, this is Don't Shoot the Messenger. Our whole entire existence for even having this is to have this type of conversation. To have an uncomfortable conversation so that everybody can talk about it, so everybody can be aware of what's going on. Mm-hmm. Pedophilia ain't never been acceptable. Yeah, and for those brothers that are gangsters that are on Instagram talking about, I can't believe they doing R. Kelly like this, you already know jail culture, that don't fly. And if you're in jail and you're trying to stick up for a pedophile, they put you in the same breath as a pedophile and you get violated the same way. It does not change that you're on the street. You need to just accept that this man has a problem. There's historic information backing these things. Mm-hmm. I'm not saying for people to run up on him on the street and do harm to him or do anything like that. But he needs to be held accountable for his actions. Mm-hmm. All of this praising him, chanting to take me hostage, going to go see him, selling out buildings, helping his music on spike, and all of that you need to cut it out, because you're helping his brand, and his brand is being and the brand, once you're helping the brand, like I said before, there's money connected to you helping the brand, those streams.
Even deeper, like when you help the brand, you help his money. When you have the right amount of money,
you're almost untouchable.
Exactly. It makes it hard for you to go to jail. Mm-hmm. So it's like, if you feel like, because there's a lot of people like he's fucked up, whatever, blah, 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 blah. But it's just like, if you continue listening to his music and supporting him and you put money in his pocket, you helping him keep out of jail. Yeah. So it's like, at some point, we have to come to the realization that
We have a
At what point?
responsibility.
At what point did we start supporting pedophiles? You know,
Yeah.
Like at what point? Ask yourself that question. It's like,
So, like I said, man,
yeah, I don't think we have anything else to say.
no,
So
just like and subscribe.
share.
This is Don't Shoot the Messenger. This is episode 4. We got much more coming.
We're gonna get into it's a lot of conversation to have. We're gonna be talking about books soon. Some more enlightening shit. This was real heavy.
This was something
so we had to talk
yeah.
about it. But we're gonna get into some books. We're gonna get into some things that's gonna motivate people.
Yeah.
And raise their intellect.
I want to even get into, some future episodes. I want to get into some financial things that young men can do to help themselves for the future, not for the right now, but for the future. So
we here to help people elevate.
Yeah.
Like that. That's just what it is, and we want to enlighten people about circumstances and situations that they don't know about, and the depth of it.
Yeah.
So
I'm Dane.
This is Simmons.
And this is Don't Shoot the Messenger.
Bang, 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 bang.
That's solid.
Yeah, that was.